Yes, coming up, some advice on how to avoid the staycation scammers. But first, the one thing that's really got me revved up this week is the DVLA, and here's why. Delays, delays.
Come on.
Nobody likes delays. But now the roads are getting busier. Once again, we're coming to expect them.
What you don't expect is the DVLA, which issues all of our driving licences, to be the ones holding all of us up. Come on!
I'm not the only one with road rage. Lots of you are absolutely fuming at how long it's taken the DVLA, a government agency, to process licence applications. Catherine applied for hers at the start of May when she moved back to the UK after living in New Zealand. And she says without it, she can't get a job as a community nurse.
Thought, right, I'll be back driving within a month.
Yeah.
And it's been a disaster.
When you first applied, did they give you any indication of how long it would take?
On average, it was about 3 weeks. But yeah, we're now 12 weeks on and there's just, no, absolutely futile.
How has not having a driving licence impacted your life, Catherine?
Well, since coming back to the UK, you want to be able to go and work for the NHS. I've trained with the NHS is in my blood. And there's not even any point in applying because without a UK driving licence, I can't work in the community. Obviously, you need to be able to drive for shift work. It's just mad, absolute madness. And it's just not good enough.
Someone else the DVLA's delays are causing problems for is Mike Perrin from Aberdeenshire. He turned 70 in May, which means that like anyone else that age, he now needs to apply for a new licence every 3 years. So he did that back in March, even checking he was still okay to be on the road while his application was underway.
Mike, what was the advice at the very early stages when you sent it off when it came to whether or not you could drive?
Yeah, the very first time I spoke to them, they said you're still okay to drive.
But all that seemed to change when, after weeks of waiting, Mike called the DVLA, which, after first saying it couldn't find his application, then delivered another shocker.
I'm told I can't drive. My licence hasn't been renewed, it's lapsed, therefore I shouldn't be driving. It's really angered me.
So had you had, God forbid, an accident, through no fault of your own, you'd have been a bit scuppered.
That is the thing, the DVLA do not understand or will not take on board. I'm in that position because of them.
Adding to the frustration from many people is that, as well as waiting for their licence, they're also desperate to get back vital documents they had to send with their applications. Things like wedding certificates, existing licences, even passports. And some people, like Rosanna, have told us they now face not being able to go on holiday.
I sent all my documents for a new licence, including my old licence, passport, marriage certificate and national insurance card, and they haven't sent anything back. I'm supposed to leave this morning for Italy.
With so many people in the same boat as Rosanna, Mike and Catherine, motoring lawyer Jeanette Miller says the DVLA has got itself into a right old pickle.
Now, Jeanette, what is going on with the DVLA? Because I've spoken to a lot of people who are worried.
So there is a clear problem with DVLA, the seemingly unending backlog of paperwork, no information about what's happening, and a lot of people are unsure what can they do about it.
Jeanette, we've heard of people that have sent their passports off as proof of ID to get their licence and are not getting it back, so have had to cancel their holiday.
Yeah, I mean, that is just shocking. I have a great deal of sympathy. There is nothing that can be done apart from raising a complaint.
When we put all this to the DVLA, it blamed the delays on social distancing rules, as fewer staff can work in its offices. It told us that it's issued more than 25 million documents since March, and it's processing new paper applications as quickly as possible. For now, though, it recommends applying for a driving licence online rather than by post. But it did clear up one thing, saying most people can still drive while their application's being processed, unless their doctor has instructed them not to. And there's good news for Mike. On Monday, he was told that his application hadn't been lost after all, and his new licence is finally on its way, 4 months after he sent off for it. But for the others we spoke to still waiting,
DVLA, you need to step it up and put your foot down while you're at it.
Strong words,
That
Vicky.
was
But it's not just